4th of March and welcome to our morning show, Elevensies with Lisa and Anton.
Elevensies.
Elevensies. It's a little before 11, but we like to get people to oh, there you go.
There we go.
To
so
warm
we're
up.
finally up. Yeah, we like to make sure that we're on.
Yes.
So that we're on when people come on to see us at 11.
And bring your coffee, because I've got coffee as well. I'm only on my first cup this morning. I'm trying to be good. I think I was slightly over-caffeinated yesterday.
A little. You're more fun that way, though, I must admit.
Sorry.
Yes.
So good morning. What are we going to talk about today?
Well, in a sense, I think we're going to talk about personal responsibility.
Ooh,
that's how
spooky,
That's how I would connect what we're going to talk about today to the craft, right? Because we know one of the tenets of the craft is do as you will and it harm none.
Yes.
Which basically means taking personal responsibility for your actions or understanding.
Right.
So today's topic is really going to be social media.
Ooh, social media. Tell your friends.
And we could probably spend 11 hours,
some irony in that. We're going to talk about social media.
On social media.
It's like our book that says you can't learn Wicca from a book.
Good morning, Christopher.
It's all fascinating
stuff. Good morning, Bridget.
Good morning, Gilda. See, there you go. It's 11 o'clock and people are tuning in.
It's 11. I've got eight people.
So we were just waffling away while we got to 11 o'clock. So good morning. Welcome to our morning show, Elevensies with Lisa and Anton. I'm Anton. This is Lisa, I believe.
Lisa, there
I think
go.
so.
That's what I was last time I checked.
Okay, how about that?
But I don't know. I've been others in other lifetimes, I'm sure. So yes, we said today we're going to talk about social media.
Yes.
But each one of our Elevensies, we want to kind of tie into the craft of the wise or Wicca or that kind of thing. So today, hi Brenda. Today, Elevensies is going to be a little discussion about social media.
Right.
But how it connects to the craft really is through personal responsibility.
Well, yeah, because you mentioned earlier, just as we were getting sorted out and getting ready to go, that certainly there is, one of the core tenets of the craft is that, and it harm none, do as you will. But you can certainly do as you will, but that does not free you from the responsibility of what you do.
The consequences of doing that. Right.
You're free to choose, but you're not free of the consequences. So bear that in mind. And a lot of people, it's interesting the way that social media has changed so much. I mean, certainly when I was I grew up in the UK, so we had, for most of my life, we only had like 3 channels, and then Channel 4 came along and all that stuff. But I think over here you had the explosion of cable television in the 70s, really, was it? Was it about then? 70s into 80s, something like that?
When I was little, in the 70s, we had maybe 5 or 6 channels. There was some local TV, ABC, NBC, CBS, and then we had, PBS, Channel 13, where we got Sesame Street.
People used to read newspapers.
People read the newspaper.
Yeah, people regularly had a newspaper delivered.
And people who wanted to know things did research. So I'm going to preface what I'm going to say by this. I have noticed in my experience that negative energy breeds extremely quickly.
Oh, it does.
And affects people deeply. Where positive energy takes a little longer to get momentum because it's easier for people, some reason, I don't know why, it's easier for people to believe the negative. Like if we said, oh, so-and-so, this happened to so-and-so and it was so horrible, people believe it. But if we say, can you believe blah, blah, blah happened and so-and-so is so successful, we think, oh, who did they cheat to get there or whatever. So it's true, though. So I just wanted to preface what I was going to say with that. So when you are a spiritual person or a sensitive person and you look at what's out there in social media, you're putting what you're reading into your person, just like the food you eat, So if you are reading all these negative things and it makes you feel tired or sad or upset, try to protect yourself a little bit from that and find the middle road. You know, there's always this take, that take, and the truth.
Yeah, there's always at least three sides to every story, isn't there?
Yeah.
I think what I was going to say, though, coming back to why we're talking about social media, is the way people get their news, the way people get their information has radically changed. Very few people get newspapers anymore, even though they do
They just
print
make memes on
newspapers.
Facebook.
And honestly, there are very few newspapers that don't print something else or rehash something else. They don't do any investigative work.
No, it's all regurgitated.
Yeah, it is. And because more and more people have cut the cable now, they don't actually subscribe to cable TV or whatever, and so they stream what they want, and they're reliant on social media for their news feed.
But they get themselves in this box.
Well, I'll tell you why. What happens is, all the social media companies have these fancy algorithms, and so they know what you like, because after all, you are the product. It is surveillance advertising. They want to understand your habits and preferences and likes so well, so they can sell advertising to people to promote their goods and services specifically to you, because you're likely to be interested in it. But the trouble with these algorithms is they shape your news feed so you get the sort of thing that you look at. And so it becomes this echo chamber. It's like you've got your head stuck in an echo chamber, and it's all the information that you're receiving is just the same information that only serves to kind of reinforce your viewpoint, which could be widely wrong. It could be.
Right. You have to do your research and find the facts, especially when it comes to world news or political news.
Yeah.
Don't just take what one particular outlet gives you, because that's their take on it. And they may be paid by different sponsors to promote a particular point of view. So,
It's fascinating stuff. But yeah, that personal responsibility it's like, what do they call it? It's the official name of it is the Department of Mental Health and Hygiene. Is it not?
I think so.
So what is mental hygiene? It means like keeping your thoughts kind of clean and not allowing them to be contaminated and muddied up by regurgitated water.
Now, but it is important to be informed.
Yes.
It's important to be informed, but again, we tend to be informed by our bubble.
Yes.
So you need to step out of that and, look for 2 or 3 different sources. And, for us, we have Sky News, which is a little slanted now anyway.
It is.
But at least it was a different
empire.
country's perspective on what the heck's going on,
Yeah, it's nice to see things how other people see things, to gain a different perspective. I mean, we say all along, if you're stood in the forest and I say to you, look at this beautiful, beautiful forest, and you say, what forest? I can't say. I got this bloody great big thing in front of me. Maybe if I cut this thing down, I could see. And then you go, oh, look, there's more trees here. If I cut the trees down, I'll see the forest. No, that's not how it works. You need to get back outside of the forest, and then you can see it from a distance.
You can see all of its dynamic.
And then you see the beauty of it. And then when you next go back into the forest, it's this incredible, wonderful thing that you experience in a whole different light,
So Pam says that there's a fantastic documentary on Netflix.
Is that?
Probably about social media. Chris says hi, and Anita says hi. And Brenda says good morning, and Bridget and Christopher both say good morning.
Well, that's lovely. And Gilda says good morning here, so good morning to you, Gilda.
So yeah, and again, just remember that negative thoughts tend to breed.
They do.
And I think that's because the last thing that the dark side wants is another light worker.
Maybe
so.
Maybe so, yeah.
So be the sponge that absorbs good things, and really work to protect yourself from absorbing bad things,
I love this.
Hi, Denise.
Not sure who said this, because this is how ill-read I am. I apologize for my ignorance, but certainly was one of the great, I believe, Buddhist masters who said that there's 3 things. Is it necessary? Is it kind? Is it true? Right. And you can put them in any order that you want. Is it necessary to express that opinion right now? Is it kind? Is what you're saying just going to draw more negative energy to the situation?
Is it true? That's you've got to get to the bottom of it.
Is it true? Yeah. And just because you've seen it on Facebook or wherever doesn't make it true. I promise you that. You have to dig a little deeper. You've got to go read other news sources.
And for spiritual people, you want it to also be, is this coming from a place of love?
Absolutely.
If you have to deliver criticism, you can do it in a kind way.
Mm-hmm.
If you have to deliver the truth, you can do it in a motivating way. And, I'm not saying that you're never going to be upset or you're never going to be in a foul mood or anything like that. But
I'm never in a foul mood.
No.
Never.
But I think that we do have to be mindful to try to keep the balance of light.
Yeah.
I'm going to sneeze.
Oh, bless you. Well, this is going to be loud. Oh, not too bad. Something got up your nostrils.
It's the sunshine, believe it or not, makes me sneeze, and I'm so happy to see the sun today.
Somebody knows the answer to that. Some medical expert knows why sunshine in your eyes often makes you sneeze. I'd love to know that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Good morning to you, Heather. Thank you so much for joining us. If you're watching us on Facebook, please, YouTube. The tube of you.
Subscribe.
Like, comment, subscribe. Yes, please do that. We'd love that. Tell your friends. Tell everybody all about us. So yeah, that as Lisa's saying, that acid test, am I coming at this from a place of love is a really good thing for you to preface every single action that you do. And like that computer flowchart, the decision triangle or decision rectangle, if you like.
Mm-hmm. Is this necessary?
Is it necessary? Is it kind? Is it true? And am I coming at it from a place of love? If the answer to that is no, lather, rinse, repeat, return back to there, I mean, there
are going to be things that stress you out that are true, and there are going to be things that are horrible that are true. 500,000 people are dead. That's horrible, and it's true.
It's horrible.
But then let's turn that around we can't change the past, but we can guide the future.
What can we learn?
So that's the other thing. All of us have had horrible things happen to us, I'm sure, in the past, where things happened beyond our control, or we behaved in a way that we don't align with anymore. And you can't change your past, but you can take what is good from it, and you can change your future.
Absolutely. Gilda wants to know, is there a card of the day? There is. Just
Absolutely.
when we finished up, we were actually at 11:11, but we're still wittering on a bit.
There is a card of the day.
There will be. I promise there will be a card of
the
the day. So yeah, our little chat. It's the irony there. We talked about how social media can become an echo chamber and just reinforce a slightly contorted perspective. So broaden your perspective. Step out of the forest. Look at it from the outside, and remember about for you. Yeah. Criticism sometimes is necessary, but it doesn't have to be vitriol. It doesn't have to be nasty. It can be, hey, look, there's a better way we can do this. And when you bring that to the table, so to speak, it helps everybody. So Gilda's going, yay, thank you.
Today is a Jupiter day. Jupiter is the planet of expansion.
I'm wearing Jupiter colours.
Yes.
As I am.
And the card of the day is...
Not a bad one, actually.
Well, the 6 of Coins.
Yes.
So this kind of goes along with what we were saying. To me, I see this as, who are you going to feed?
Yes.
But that Native American proverb where the guy comes to the elder and he says, there are 2 wolves having a terrible battle inside of me. One is the negative and one is the positive. Who's going to win the battle? He asks the elder, and the elder says, the one you feed.
Exactly so.
So this is a card of the ability to achieve and to achieve balance and prosper, but it's also about choices and decisions to make that balance.
It is. For me, this card is very much about making best possible use of all available resources to weigh and balance things out, which fits in really nicely with the little Elevensies chat that we had this morning about, sorting out what is right and what is proper and what is true. And are you coming at it from a place of love? So it fits in well. The
Taroscopes, Denise, are on our website and they're on Facebook. But we also did a live
last night
overview for the month and Taroscopes on our live show last night that you can catch. Either scroll down on Facebook or go over to YouTube. So we did a monthly overview and the Taroscopes, and we're going to do that the first Wednesday of every month for people.
That we are.
But we're still going to have Card of the Day Monday through Friday on Elevensies.
Yep, that's
All right.
how we
Hi,
finish up our
Liz.
Elevensies.
Liz from the UK.
Oh, hi, Liz.
And
Nice
Pam
to-
says the documentary is called The Social Dilemma.
The
All right.
Social Dilemma.
So-
we shall check it out. We
So
shall check it
people,
out
be
when we get
responsible
time.
for yourself.
Be so and be kind.
Be kind.
Be kind.
Redress the balance of negativity. Be a light worker.
Exactly. In a world where you can be absolutely anything, be kind. Thank you so much for joining us. Love you guys. Heather says I'll have to go back through Facebook. I didn't see this AM. Okay, well, yeah. Or you can go to the Tube Review. It's going to be there presently. So like, comment, subscribe.